Hello, I have returned. And also, while I was on my break, I remembered I need to take a recent news and a hunting trophy to the Sisterhood, so I won't actually be doing that exploration first. First, I'll be going to the Sisters to deliver this hunting trophy and find out what the heck is going on with that. So, not downward, upward. So, did I refill my fuel? Let's just use this one. Okay. 15 fuel, 12 supplies, dice. Okay. So, to get to the Sisterhood, it's across and up. So, not stopping at the Sisters this time. But do want to basically go this way between this nameless island here and Hunter's Keep. So through here, kind of turn upward. Don't mind me as I check on my map to make sure I'm taking the right angle. This should be the right angle. No landlubber would notice the change, but you feel the air prickle on your skin, somewhere new. The Untersee is restless. Well, I'll put in with the Sisterhood up here. We have arrived at Abbey Rock. First, compile a port report. Okay. Oh, reduces terror. Huh. Well, let's bring them news. I lost 2 terror. Perhaps I should wait to give them the Hunter's Trophy until I'm a little more terror-filled. You know what? Let's sail east from here. I really don't know that I have the confidence to take on the crab. My poor hull is already kind of bashed up. Crab's getting confused. Confusion is good. Got anything for me, Bat? What is that? And I don't want anything to do with it. Wait. Discovered labyrinth of eels. Pigmoat Isle is some distance to the southeast. Oh, I see. But it's past the glowy thing that I don't really want to engage. What if... Let's just see if we can lose it. That's a gilliflower. I'm about the same speed as a gilliflower, so as long as I keep going, I shouldn't have to worry about it. I've found Pigmoat Isle, 2 houses, both alike in dignity, on a lonely desert beach. There is no habitation in sight, no market, only an old, rotting dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp, black earth, from which sprout stunted palms? Not quite. Tall fungal growths with frond-like caps, as if someone had sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. Disembark. See what awaits you. Okay. War? As you step onto the quay, you hear clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see, off in the distance, smoke rising from beyond the hill, and dots of fire flecking the horizon. 2 tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, as if awaiting your approach. The following is an extract from the popular Diary of a Sea Captain, from London to Irem and what we did there before we arrived, washed ashore on Mutton Island, and subsequently serialized in the unexpurgated Gazette. Blech. The author's identity remains unknown. The Tale of Pigmoat Isle, in which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, war is declared, a most singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. Chapter 1. The Delegation. The figures were rodents. To my left was a Rattus Faber wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed. Welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, Second Chief Engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The rat stepped back. At precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of Cavia. I am Lady Augusta Devereux Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches, seneschal to our King Gracenaw, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The 2 stood at attention, looking at me expectantly. Okay. The 2 remarkable rodents squatted, both seeking my support. I knew I had to choose carefully. I spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes had a wave-cold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. I spoke to the seneschal. How did an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? Or I had heard more than enough. I was ready to make my choice. All right, let's speak to both sides in this one. Chief engineer? A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. Welcome to this island. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves away from London, its cats and snuffers, its rat-skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the lights of the rat star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat. The chief engineer nodded toward the distant hill. One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of Kavi saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? That's one side. What does the seneschal have to say? A knight out of habit. The seneschal cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess's own before speaking. Grace now the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months has sojourned on the sea, conquered this land, and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain, no city walls be left for him to gain, save the rats that squeak behind mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance, assured so be our glories and their fall, when our lady's eye restored be to our hall. The seneschal composed herself, then added, We saw truth and beauty by the light of our lady's eye on Mount Caveat. But the rats, with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics, stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rabble, and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvet of our paws. Will you join us? This is a hard one. This is a very difficult one. Like, I remember that I came across this choice before. When I was playing the game before, but I honestly don't remember what my choice was or where it ended up. But the general gist is there was a jewel or a power source or a magical phenomenon of some sort in the mountain. The guinea pigs discovered it, and then the rats took it. At least that's by the stories that they tell. Possibly the guinea pigs... The timeline is muddied. Basically. I am reasonably certain that the guinea pigs came to the island first, and then the rats. But who actually had ownership of this item? Hard to say. Very hard. And... which to side with is also very difficult. So, that's a very tough one. I have to choose either the rats or the guinea pigs, which is kind of a choice between republic and monarchy. Which, oh boy, I'm not qualified to make that choice. Well, I have to make a choice, whatever it is. Ready to make my choice, although I'm not actually ready to make my choice. As you can well imagine, I faced quite a dilemma. Their red eyes stared at me, waiting for my choice. I can side with the chief engineer. He seemed grumpy but honest. Also, I knew all too well what rat-made weapons can do. Or I favored the Sensual. Was it her charm or her fondness for London's rat-skin coats that swayed me? Perhaps a little of both. At any rate, I was keen to find out more about this civilization. Or attempt to broker a peace. Surely their commonalities were more numerous than their differences. Perhaps I could help them get along. You know, being unable to choose between them. Should I try to broker a peace? I feel like maybe I should look up some spoilers. So, give me a moment. I'm going to be a terrible person, but I really would like to know what the better choice is. Okay, Sunless Sea, Pigmote Isle. Oh, sure, guide. Why not? Okay. An island in the snares. It appears to be deserted, or is it? Just goes over. Let's see. To perform with Steel Lady's Eye or steal the Rat Star's actions, mastery will also change. Okay. Interactions, that doesn't help me. The struggle for Pigmotile. Perhaps that's the... I am confused. What the heck is going on here? On a lonely desert beach. Triggers event a literary interlude. Okay, let's try following that one. A lake in dignity. Yeah, speak to the both of them. Oh, I have to choose. But which one is the better one to choose? Both of them result in a fuel and a supply. Okay, brokering a peace is definitely not in the cards on this one. That's what I'm seeing from this. So, rat in the making keeps going, keeps going. Results in a nation is born eventually. Okay, so I honestly don't see the... I'm I'm not sure what the difference is. Perhaps I'm looking in the wrong place. This is all like a walkthrough. I just want something that says what you get for each one. People attempting. Fathom King. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Rats or guinea pigs? Why or why not? Thank you, finally. Dun 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 dun. If you side with the rats, you get hull. If you side with the rats, you get hull. If you side with the guinea pigs, they reduce terror and give supply. So basically, the general agreement here is that in the long run, the benefit from siding with the guinea pigs is considered to be better because of the terror reduction and supplies. But the rats offer repairs. So it's basically hull or terror reduction. If I choose the rats, it's for hull repairs. If I choose the guinea pigs, it's for terror reduction. I mean, I am sitting here with a damaged hull and all, but it's not like an immediate thing. That's like way down the line. And I think in the long run that I think I agree that in the long run the guinea pigs are the better option. So I'm gonna go with the guinea pigs. A friend to Cavies. I bowed to the Seneschal, who purred with pleasure while the chief engineer gnashed his teeth but kept his distance. You have chosen wisely, Captain, said the Seneschal. Come, and I will explain our situation to you in greater detail. Gained a fuel, gained a supply, and I've sided with the Cavies. The Seneschal led me to the southern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of raised mounds of earth mixed with fortifying strips of mushroom flesh, which I supposed to be makeshift walls. The settlement was dazzling. This side of the island appeared to be absolutely wreathed in scintillac. The Cavies' dwelling was awash with silver phosphorescence. It was a large colony. Most noticeable was the steam pinnace, the impossible lamb that had run aground, from which the Cavies came and went, bearing supplies. To the right of the ship, farther down the beach, a large group of Cavies lay on bundles of colorful cloth, whining and wailing as if in pain. To the left of the ship was a ramshackle tent of poles and linen, in front of which guinea pigs clashed against each other and sharpened their teeth. In the center of the village was a covered dais, veritably festooned with colorful cloth and guarded by well-decorated knights. I suspected this was where the King Graysnaw kept counsel. Be welcome, Captain, in the kingdom of Cavia, capital of our isle, and blessed by the light of Our Lady's eye. The Seneschal spoke solemnly, but with a hint of sadness to her words. Or so it was, and shall be again. I must speak with our king, and prepare your arrival. My page will show you the area, and bring you in sight of his splendor in good time. Page! A much smaller guinea pig, its fur braided with a slender slip of parabola linen, scurried over and bowed. The Seneschal took her leave. I visited the hospital. Were those guinea pigs quarantined? I visit the steam pinnace on the beach. Was this indeed the impossible lamb? Wasn't it reported overrun by rats? I visited the barracks. What chance could guinea pigs stand against the weaponed mice of Ratus Faber? Or I had seen enough. It was time for my audience with the king. Let's visit the steam pinnace on the beach. Chalky shore. The page chittered while I inspected the vessel. Rats? Never! The splendor of Cavi overtook this vessel. I was born here, the first native of Cavia, but all our elders remember the voyage. It was hard, they say, but we were harder. But the sea is black and unkind. We were lost in the dark for weeks, and no one speaks of those terrible times. But out of the darkness came the light of Our Lady's eye, guiding us here, to our own isle. In time we will ride the waves again, perhaps once we have recovered our eye. Is it not splendid? It certainly may have been at one time, but I could see the hull had been severely damaged by the scintillac reef. There was no way the Cavies could hope to repair it themselves. Whatever the page said, they were stranded here. Oh boy, okay, that's all the stuff that I read before. Okay, I visited the hospital. The Black Death. An elderly-looking Cavi greeted me, eyeing me gravely. Many of us sickened during the voyage, a rotting in our teeth, a weakness in the flesh. This isle was our salvation. The stronger among us made a pilgrimage towards the pool of Our Lady's light, and then, miracle of miracles, they were cured. They were bathed in her, they drank her sweet waters, and the strong brought the weak to her in turn. Soon we were thriving again, bearing our children and raising them to love Our Lady's eye and see in it our deliverance. The elder looked sorrowfully at the sick under his care. Since the rats stole her, the sickness has returned. All this light is but a mockery of hers, and we gain from it no benefit. The only thing, the elder's ears and voice flattened in a hiss, that helps our condition is the flesh, the very hearts and livers of the rats who stole her from us. Oh boy. Okay, visit the barracks. Evening the odds. The page led me to the barracks, where the knights didn't deign to speak to one so undecorated as I. The page, however, was eager to answer my questions. The rats have no weapons, none to speak of. What is a gun without a bullet? A sword without a blade? Ours are the supplies, the knives, the soft stuffs, and the glory. Their teeth are sharp, it's true, while ours, the page hesitated as the knights glowered at him, are sharper. All praise to the flowers of the house of Cavi. One knight preened, while another grunted indifference, working a whetstone along its top front teeth. As I watched, a particularly vicious swipe knocked a whole incisor out of place. It landed on the ground in a black and bloody mess. The knight gasped, grasped the tooth, and vanished from sight. Another glared in a way that dared me to make something of it. Okay. Let's go see the king. Time for an audience with the king. The page led me, crouching at first and then on my knees, before King Gracenough and the Seneschal. The king was the largest guinea pig I had ever seen, easily twice the size of the largest knight in his retinue. The Seneschal looked positively dainty next to him. "We are told," intoned the king, "that you have promised your assistance to the house of Cavy. That is agreeable to us, but what form shall your assistance take?" Okay. I have 3 options. I offered to retrieve the lady's eye by force. I had guns. I had a boat. I planned to row a raiding party to the northern side of the island where the Cavies could flank the rat settlement. That is a chancy challenge with a 51% chance of success because of my iron. Plotted to steal the eye with cunning. One should use shadows to catch a light. The rats would not even know we had been there, probably. This is also a very chancy challenge with a 46% chance of success thanks to my veils. Or I had nothing to offer but my advice. I would not risk my crew on this potentially doomed venture. Neither of these are very good. 46 versus 51. I just hold on. We're going back to the thing I was looking at before. Okay, where's that storyline thing? Where is that storyline thing? Okay. You might lose the requirements if you perform the Steal the Lady's Eye or Steal the Rat Star actions, and Pigmote Isle mastery will change as eventually other nations will arrive and seal the fate of the rodents, for better or for worse. Okay, so a literary interlude. Where am I? Okay, alike in dignity. And then Night Out of Habit, which is where I am now. An urgent venture. Okay, just offering advice. Okay, removing it by force. If you fail it, it gives you 5 terror. And if you succeed, stoof. If you go to steal it and fail, it's 5 terror. They all result in the same. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, I think I should go for the offering of advice, since my chances of success are so low. So, come on, where? I have misplaced it. There it is. Too many windows open, not enough time. Okay, offer advice. I would not risk my crew, but I will be happy to offer advice. A charge. The Cavi's supplies would not last them much longer. They had but one choice, an all-out assault on their enemy to retrieve the lady's eye and then strike during the rat's moment of horror. I worked with King Gracenaw to plan the attack, and together we waited as the volunteered Cavies went off on the assault. The screams were heard from here to the chickenwood, but then the light went out. We had succeeded, at terrible cost to be sure, but the price of victory must always be paid in blood. Hail Cavia! An occurrence, your Pygmodile might quality is now 3, which is weak. An occurrence, your Pygmodile spirit quality is now 2, danger. An occurrence, your Pygmodile civilization quality is now 2, danger. Very strange. Okay, continue. The rats were defeated. Cavia was triumphant. All that remained were the celebrations and the continuation of our voyage. Oh, how we feasted long into the night. Then... Okay, so the options here are I invited one of the Cavies to join us. They were reputed to be excellent swimmers, adorable enough to boost morale, and if time should become lean, I thought, maybe a guinea pig stew would buy the crew a day or two before they started eating one another. That's a new mascot, I think. Yeah, I think that's a mascot. Spoke up on behalf of the rats. The survivors were being treated poorly, but the rift did not seem entirely insurmountable. Okay. Or the wide, dark Z beckoned. We'd eaten our fill and our business was concluded. It was time to continue our voyage and see what other wonders and terrors still awaited us. Once again, choices. Choices are difficult. So... let's see here. I would like to talk about, like, I would like to speak up on behalf of the rats. It doesn't have a good chance, but I do want to try. So, I am going to try. As soon as I get back to the right page. Maybe I should be doing this in a different window than I'm keeping my Twitch in, but... Okay. I will attempt to keep the rats from being completely exterminated. Generous in victory, I appealed to the House of Cavi's grace and good breeding, and praised King Gracenaw's magnanimity. Perhaps the rats knew not what they did in stealing the eye. Perhaps they were only stumbling about in the dark for a light, as the Cavies were themselves while lost at sea. The Seneschal and the king exchanged a look. The Seneschal murmured something into the king's ear, and he purred decisively. To err is Murine, to forgive Cavine. He looked toward the chief engineer. If you will cede all right to Our Lady's eye, and help us place it back in its pool of holy pilgrimage, and if you agree to terms of tribute... Trade, hissed the chief engineer. King Gracenaw chattered his teeth, but the Seneschal stepped forward and raised her voice. Perhaps further negotiation is possible. As we left, I saw the page timidly approaching an albino rat to inquire about fishing nets. Hey! I forged peace between the rats and the Cavies! My Pygmodile spirit quality is now 6, which is optimistic. Cool. Peace. Peace after great cost, but peace. I can invite the page to come join us. Apparently I did not close that off by brokering peace. Sure, it costs me nothing. Welcome aboard. The Sensual, of course, couldn't abandon her duties, but she made certain my request was cried out in the village square. The page squeaked excitedly and sought permission from her to join my party. I will record your doings for the glory of Cavi, he declared, and I'd like to see more of the world. I waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before lifting anchor and setting off. I now have a guinea page. I can't check my officers tab. I have no idea what benefit that is. Alright, the wide dark sea beckoned. We'd eaten our fill and our business was concluded. It was time to continue our voyage and see what other wonders and terrors still awaited us. There. The end. You finish your diary entry and the final morsels of delicious rat flesh. Oh my! The Cavies line up to salute you as you leave the victory banquet, escorting you to your ship through the foundations of their new kingdom. I now have a port report for Pigmote Isle. That's all for now. I have no hunger, and a new nation has been founded. A nation of guinea pigs. Time passes on the Nice's most adorable empire. The rise of Pigmote Isle. Hail Cavia. The Nice's most adorable nation scurries around your legs. Scintillant harvesters drag heavy bags of the island's bounty to their silos. Industrious rodents work hard on towering edifices, some of them almost neck-high. London will never believe a bloody word of this. Help Cavia resolve a dilemma. An aide runs over. Hairless advisor, you return to us. Praise the tide. We need your wisdom once again. What is this? When something awaits. When progress of a nation. When you have Spirit 1, I have 6. When it's Might, I have 3. And Civilized... Okay, but it's locked because I haven't left. Alright. Purchase Scintillac. The Cavi's nets glimmer with fresh treasure. Raise Pigmote's Isle civilization for better prices. So, 135 Echo. Oh my. And steal the lady's eye. Blue Scintillac. The Cavies guard it fiercely, but there may be a way. Or less direct alternatives, perhaps. Lower Pigmote Isle's might to make this easier. This is currently a high-risk challenge with a 25% chance of success. And considering that I found out that that thing is what's keeping the guinea pigs alive, I'm not going to be stealing it. I'm a good person, darn it. I want to be a good person. Alright. Perhaps not, then. Alright. Now I can look at officers. What do? You raise pages. A guinea page, a scholarly creature from a warlike nation of aristocratic guinea pigs whose progenitors stole a steamer to escape the locked hutches of a London essayist, apparently. This one offers pages +2. Interesting. Which is, it's not as good as the Blemmigan. Because the Blemmigan gives me the pages +2, but also mirrors. It's better. Oh well. Alright. I could definitely explore some more. What if I were to take myself straight south of here and then work west along this? Because Pigmote Isle here is actually in a pretty good location. Easy to get to from London, basically a gateway to over here. I'm liking it. Bonnie Reefs. Wait. The Z-Bat found something. Oh, that's really far south. I will try. Oh no. Okay, I come to the conclusion that I really cannot judge distances on this map. But we have reached Demeraux Island without finding the crab, or having the crab find us, which would be worse. Alright, let's Demeraux Island, a fervid forest of fungus. Iron and Misery Company Funging Station. I&M has a funger operation here, felling giant bulbous shrooms for building materials, harvesting curali for its medicinal properties. It's desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable Factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We'd go quite mad out here otherwise. Ah, quite mad. How can we be of assistance? Okay, so the options here are tea with the Factor. The poor fellow needs the company and he can spare an hour away from his schedule. Oh, can't he though? Explore Demeraux Island. Demeraux Island. Close crowded thickets of Bolagus and Skirili. The Iron and Misery Company fells them daily, but they grow back almost as fast. The interior of the island is dark and wild. There's Acceptive Volunteer. One of the company's Bolagus fellers has negotiated an early release from her contract. It's the sproutlings, she tells you, her face pleading. I keep picking them out of me porridge, and me hair, and me eyes. Take me away. I'm a good worker. That would be 1 echo for another sailor. I don't need another sailor. Compile a port report. The Admiralty likes to keep an eye on Iron and Misery's activities. Gather supplies. Some of the island's fungus is good to eat. Some is poisonous, hallucinogenic, or mischievous. Good luck! It's a matter of luck. It's a 60% chance of success. Available as long as your terror is below 50. Alright, let's start where I always start. Port report. The business of spores. Of course, I&M's activities here don't seem that interesting. Nevertheless, record what you can. Alright, that's a new port report. Let's have tea with the Factor. An interlude. You sit on the veranda of the Factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle, an expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the Factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the ice and roses of Irem, and the monstrosities of the Sea of Lilies, and a little restaurant in Venderbite where he enjoyed the most extraordinary seafood. Venderbite, I know, I never met a tomb colonist who could cook, but you must visit the place. Do you know it? Well, I have its chef right here. He also has a load of bulgus frond carted aboard your ship. He waves away your thanks. I've eaten so much of the stuff, I fear I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidentially towards you. It happens, you know, but one does have to eat a lot of it first. Alright, lost 2 terror, gained 3 fragments, 1 supplies, and being told of an exceptionally fine restaurant in Venderbite. The restaurant run by the Bandits Poisonnés? Perhaps? Alright. I think that this would be an excellent opportunity to have dinner with the Clattery heir. Since I now have an extra box of supplies, and the supplies are going to last a lot longer than my fuel. Invite her to dine. Does she wield a fork the way she wields a surgical instrument? Precise bite sizes. The cooked flesh arrives still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body and head, she renders a dozen neat bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushrooms or pinned together with a needle of chiton. Perhaps she has missed a calling as a chef? She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say that knife work runs in the family. There is a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are the rumors about my father. She would deny there's any truth in those. I have been alerted to rumors about the Clattery heir's parentage, which isn't enough for me to tell her about meeting her father. If I had a strange catch, I could get her to talk more about her father. But I don't have a strange catch, because I have not been killing any of the sea life. I'm scared of the sea life. Now, I could attempt gathering supplies, but I am not going to at this time. Too chancy. Now, I have 9 fuel left. I think perhaps I should try to go as straight west as I can with whatever wildlife there is out there, and try to get back to London. No! Oh, I didn't expect pirates. I expected more crabs. Oh, a fog bank. I like it. There's a lightship here. I don't have enough money to really buy enough fuel there, though. Bat? Anything? Okay, I want to nudge upward. Rowena's rocks and what appears to be another lightship. I don't believe I've been to... Have I been to this one? Yes, I have. This is the one right outside of London. Man, distances on that map are so deceptive. I did find a couple of new places. An inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency again. Well, I don't have anything worth hiding, so go ahead. They find nothing. Alright, let's collect messages from the Harbor Master. The Rose Market has not changed. It's pretty much the same as usual otherwise, though. Alright, let's take in the port reports. Alright, Abbey Rock. Fuel and 20 echoes. Pigmoat Isle. I'm not certain I heard you correctly. Are you quite certain this is the report you wish to make? So be it. Alright, 10 echoes. Got a favor, I'm back up to 15. A new accomplishment, surveyed Pigmoat Isle and gained a fuel. Alright, and Demo Island. You've been to Demo's Gate. Okay, 20 echoes. 1 favor, 1 fuel. Okay, back outside. What am I hauling around right now? What is this? Oh, beginner's luck. Okay. I have 7 secrets. So if I had enough of anything else, I could make a thing. I honestly am not sure what to do with these tales of terror. I think I used to know something to do with them, but I don't remember what it was now. But yes, let's go to my lodging and read the morning papers. Hey, new supplies. Awesome. Alright, let's visit the study and see if anything. If I bought a live specimen from the Labyrinth of Tigers, I could make an aquarium which would increase my mirrors. Admittedly, one of my lower stats. But if I remember correctly, live specimens are quite expensive. Hold up a minute. I was holding on to... What was I holding on to? Oh yes. Lamentable relics. Although that increases the iron, which I don't really need to increase. I'd rather make an aquarium, frankly. Maybe I should just sell off the relics to the alarming scholar. I think I should. I really need the money. It's a pity he doesn't buy... Sorry, they don't buy Tales of Terror. Well, let's sell them a lamentable relic. Not a scientific curiosity, necessarily, but the scholar has a collection, or something. A beaming smile. This would be so terribly wasted in an ossuary, they buff the cranium with their sleeve. I think a climbing briar rose will suit this one rather well. A yellow rose, perhaps. Thank you so much. Let's keep this between ourselves. Oh, only 5 echo? For a whole relic? I feel like I ought to be able to get more for that. I mean, increasing favor with the scholar is good in a way, but all right, new recruit. Probably can't afford them, but all right. Engage an officer, the Genial Magician. Genial? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Good afternoon, Captain. Perhaps I can do your engine some good. No, haha, I'm quite the engineer. Difficult to credit, isn't it? But here are my references. Oh, too bad. I already have an engineer. And she only cost me 30, whereas you're 50. Engage an officer, the tireless mechanic. Afternoon. Ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer. Finest you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children. Too busy. Usually busy. Tireless mechanic increases veils and fuel efficiency. They are also an engineer, which I already have. And they're also more expensive. I do not need another Sailor. I already have one more than I really need. So, no. I could go out for repairs, but I'd rather wait a bit longer. I'm going to have to spend an alarming amount of my money on more fuel. But also, Labyrinth of Tigers here. A live specimen costs 500 echo. So not the best prospect. But yes, let's buy some more fuel. And some more supplies. Oof, I say. Constantly poor. Always poor. I definitely need to explore more. I need to find more places. Okay, it's time to head south and cover this area. Perhaps hit the Crimean Canal and try southward of it. And also one minor thing here. Don't mind me while I discover a place. Why this is a place to be discovered when it's like right inside of London, I do not know. Is this a solid object or not? It's a solid object. Aha! I did not touch another shore. do somewhat remember that I had one life earlier. I think it was the sea life that actually had a really respectable amount of money. I miss having a respectable amount of money. Come on, uncover the square. Come on, get in there. Quaker's Haven. There's something in the air today, a restless breeze. Approach the dock. It's probably nothing. The ship slides into dock. Time passes on Mutton Island. Has something changed on Mutton Island? Fires on the hillside. Once, this simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. Alright, so the choices are drinks at the Cock and Magpie. There's only one public house on the island. The Cock and Magpie is famed for its local cider and, of course, the Z-food. There's explore the shore. Wander a little way along the shore from the dock. Pick up a wretched mog. Meow, meow. A yellow-eyed, mangy, piebald thing winds around your ankles like a manacle chain. You've never seen a cat's mouth open that wide. Presumably, it's hungry. This is a mascot, one variety of officer, which I do not need and which costs 3 supplies. That's a lot. Chat to the fishermen. They sail the Z around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. This one generates a port report, I believe. Yes, for 1 whole echo. And there's visit the hilltop above town. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island suffers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. This is a straightforward challenge. 100% chance of success. There's buy supplies from a dockside stall. A rosy-nosed merchant is well stocked with crates of mushrooms and dried fish. It's the best you can do here. This is 30 echo. And buying fuel. A woman with soot-stained lips has cakes of coal to sell, which is 20 echo. I'm okay. Let's get that port report. Nothing to report. 2 fresh-faced fishermen are glad to greet you. Can't think of anything, Captain. We've had a good catch. You present another coin. The other fisherman shakes his head. It's true, Captain. No news here. The first nods. You can tell the Admiralty all's in order. Their eyes brighten with their smiles. Okay, I have a port report, and I am suspicious. Let us visit the hilltop, since I have a 100% chance of success. Toast in the wind. You stand on a cliff top, overlooking the little village. Smoke from the chimney of the Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. As you watch, the smoke tilts. The sudden wind thins it to a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly, like a god cut in half. What a noise! It must be the caves around the island channeling the air. At least that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is a southerly. Success? Gained 2 terror, 7 and 7 fragments. How is that success? Well, now I can't explore. I'm not going to bother to do drinks or to buy the really expensive things, so it's time to move on. So, I'm just going to pause here for a moment. What if I were to sail as if I were going to Guider's Morn? Or actually, what if I go straight across to here and then south to Guider's Morn? Yeah, that sounds like something to do. I really can't judge distances on this map. Oh man, I hope that's a lighthouse. Oh, it must be a lighthouse. Let's see what we got out here. Nothing, really? Oh no, not bats. They don't seem to have noticed me. Chugga, 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 chugga. No islands within the Z-Bat's range. Then what am I sailing towards? Oh right, it's Guider's Morn. Because I've already discovered it, the bat doesn't guide me to it. I don't especially like coming here. Port reports tend to cost me a seaman, but I have an extra seaman right now, so... We have arrived at the Morn. The Morn is a stalagmite vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship slowly rises from the Z. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the Untersee shimmers like glass below. Children clamoring in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. Okay, so we have multiple options here. We have an evening at the Errant Limpet. Errant Limpet. A drinking den by the dock cradles is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam, but although Guiders Morn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own and look askance at respectable Londoners. This is a chancy challenge with a 46% chance of success. There is Explore the Morn. There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape on the Morn. It's vertical, admittedly, but once you find the beast paths and urchin roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor, with an additional throatful of lurching terror. There's Introduce Blemigans to the Morn, which I can't do yet. So many nooks, so many crannies, so many villains. It seems only appropriate. Collect ill-gotten gains. Have you been sending stolen ships to Corsair's Forest? Hear rumors of a pirate poet. Landlubbers fear pirates, pirates fear the poet. A gleaming marauder is assembling an immense hoard of drowning pearls. His teeth are gold, his rings wink with scintillac. A locked box sits beside him, containing delicacies retrieved from wispways. Trade a drowning pearl for 2 solace fruits. Huh. There is Gather Intelligence. Guiders Morn swarms with pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You could learn a lot here, but you need to go carefully. This is a tough challenge with a 37% chance of success, because my veils are low. Now, I do have a whole bunch of secrets. I could raise my veils if I remember who's the right person. He raises mirrors. She raises veils. He raises hearts. She raises hearts. Yeah, sure. Let's put another point into veils here. Another point? She's serious when she gets talking. There's hard edges under the bluff and banter. This is probably not going to be enough, but... Nope, it's only gone up by 2%. We're gonna try it anyway because I want that port report. Here goes. Hope I don't get knifed. In caution, a steaming bathhouse on a spur of rock. Water slops over the edge of tubs, out over the edge to join the Z far below. Scarred captains boast drunkenly of the prizes they've taken and the victims they have marked out. You listen from the shadows. Hey! Success! I have a port report and nobody died. How fortuitous. Let's do some exploring. Who'll try? Who'll buy? A street vendor's turned skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. Okay, so we have the troglodyte prawns, huge and pale, and their eyes stare bleakly into yours, but they smell fresh. Try the shredded jellyfish, not to everyone's taste. This is a chancy challenge with a 44% chance of success. Something mysterious. What exactly is a tyrant's treat? The vendor is vague. It looks something like a charred stick, dripping with bluish fluid. This is a high-risk challenge with only a 22% chance of success. Or anything more robust? The vendor winks and produces a usefully anonymous skewer of meat. This... Oh, yeah, I spend a lot of time trying to not get one of those. Alright, prawns it is. Not bad at all. Tangy and toothsome. Walk on, chewing cheerfully. Lost 2 terror, still wary. Gained a fragment, lost 5 hunger. And that's all for now. I don't... I don't believe there's anything else to really do here. I already know about the pirate poet in this life. So... I believe it's sailing westward from Guider's Morn. If I can, like, go a little south and go straight across the Crimean Canal, that would be awesome. Tight Yui, tight Yui. Get around that corner. Come on. You can do it, ship. Okay, just a bit further south. No. It appears to have not noticed me. And then it noticed me. But it doesn't appear to have chased me, so I'm feeling okay. Let's go to the Crimean Canal. Here, the dark waters run down from the surface from a brighter sea. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shadowed turns to the sunlight of the surface. Okay, I cannot travel to the surface. The sun is dangerous to Neath dwellers like your crew, but the surface has its temptations. Ensure you're well stocked with supplies and fuel, or you may never return. Menaces, yearning, burning, no more than 199. Have that. 2 supplies, have that. 22 fuel, definitely do not have that. Listen for surface gossip. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. Gather information for a port report. Many ships pass this way, but perhaps you'll pick up something they missed. Let's do that. Business as usual. Gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all the Undersea, it's here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. Perfunctory port report. Listen to surface gossip. A sorry end. A card game ends badly when one surface sailor knifes another for all the usual reasons. The other players scrabble for the coins that spill from her pockets, but you snatch up a scrap of paper they overlook. Curious markings, dates, times, code names, spies work? It's all for now, and I have a move in the great game. The Admiral will pay me well for a move in the great game. The scholar, not so much. Okay. Turning northward for home. I miss having stockpiles of money. Now there's pretty much nothing between the canal and here. Come to think of it. Can I check what's in my hold? No, I can't. Blast it. Gazetteer. Oh, wait, I can. I still have recent news. It's not gonna do me any good, though. Oh, a fog bank. Perfect. That crab will never see me in here. Okay, well, what if I take my recent news to the lightship? No, you can't see me in the fog. You can't see me in the fog, darn it. Let's speak to the crew with our recent news. They long for news of home. Tea beneath the light. In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The Z's terror recedes. Lose a recent news, lose 5 terror, gained a Z story. Turn towards London. Yeah, here we are. Home, home, collect messages from the harbor master. Something has changed in the Nice. Someone wants to sign on. Rose Market hasn't changed. Okay. Let's go to the alarming scholar. How much will how much will they pay me for a Z story? 10 echo. But my favor has increased to 5 with the antiquarian. Difficult dictation. Thrilling, let me hear every detail. First, I must find my fountain pen. Oh, how regrettable, it has a spider impaled on the nib. Excuse me, let me... Good heavens, it's still alive. Pass me that volume of Gibbon. There we go. Do you have another pen? Yeah, the scholar will not buy moves in the great game, more's the pity. I must sell them another relic. Okay, the Admiral. Let's submit port reports first. Guiders Mourn, you have something to tell us about the pirate fleets of the forest? Okay, 30 echo and a fuel. Crimean Canal. Well, if you've been there, I suppose we may as well hear about it. The fee is nominal, though. I wish I got fuel for going to the canal, but I got 5 echoes. Quaker's Haven. They're getting along that well, you say? This is an interesting one. I really should visit Quaker's Haven more often. Something curious seems to be happening there. Or potentially happening there is probably the better way to put it. I'm terribly intrigued, is what I'm saying. It's only worth 5 echoes, but I did get a fuel, so yay. Alright, let's go back to the Admiral. No appointment, but apparently I'm to show you in anyway. Very well. Okay. Here we are. Speak of moves in the great game. Whispers. He has you repeat it all twice. He doesn't take notes. It's a little beyond me, he tells you, but I have a friend in the palace who'll be interested. Very interested. Thank you. Your fee. 30 echoes. And a favor from the Admiralty. Yay! Okay. I am tempted to try trading the Admiralty favor for fuel again. Alright, let's see who the new recruit is, even though I'm probably not going to get them. Presbyterian Adventurous. Afternoon, Captain. Looking for a gunnery officer? I'd like to help you blow up some monsters if you'll have me. The Adventuress is a gunnery officer who increases iron and veils. That would be good, but I bet she's expensive. 50! Engage an officer, the irrepressible cannoneer. Captain, are you looking for a gunner? I'm looking for a ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here's my design for a whistling shell. Here's my colleague. He'll stay on shore. Here's my hand. Will you take it? The cannoneer is a gunnery officer who substantially increases iron. She can be had for 20 echo. But the question is, do I want to increase my iron? That, like... That's a hard one. That is a very difficult one. I could possibly start taking on crabs and bats if I take her on. But I just don't know if it's worth it. I'm gonna think about that for a minute while I do other things around London. Like visit my lodgings and read the papers. Extra supplies. Nice. I think wonder if it's worth it to carouse in the Wolfstack docks. It's always more expensive than I expect. Choices are always so difficult. Do I have anything interesting or useful in the hold? I wish I knew what to do with Tales of Terror. I just don't know. Choices are hard. Well, if I pay the 20, how much more fuel and supplies can I afford? I could buy 2 more fuel with that 20. And I need that 2 more fuel. Yeah, I will not be taking on the gunner at this time. And I don't think I'm going to be carousing either. Okay. I think I'm going to sail south this time. There's a whole bunch of maps south of the Crimean Canal, and there's gotta be something interesting in there. And it will give me an excuse to stop in at Mutton Island again. So, yeah. Southward. Although I think I will try to stop in at Mutton on my way back rather than on my way down. Okay, I'm gonna attempt it. Blast it. No, my hull! Caught it! Oh, my poor hull. With a forlorn and wailing cry, Megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded, has bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. Okay, I can dissect it for knowledge, which is a straightforward challenge with a 100% chance of success, or I can butcher it for supplies. I choose to dissect it. A crab full of conundrums. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops, of one of the deep Z crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are larger and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. 25 fragments. Okay. A tooth-cracking treasure. A chunk of grit baked in your ship's biscuit. You crack a tooth and curse. Your crew chuckle, but when the object turns out to be a diamond, small and badly flawed, but a diamond nonetheless, they all hush. Diamonds are sacred to stone, one says. Give it to the Z, Captain. It'll be luck for us. Do the careful thing. Sailors pray to stone when they want home, hearth, and healing. She's the kind of god you'd want on your side. Or hang on to it. You're not going to throw a diamond in the Z to appease some nameless god of sailors' superstitions. Oh, you don't know me very well, do you? No, we're gonna give it to stone. A flash in the darkness. The diamond glints once as it reaches the apex of its arc. Down, down, and a wave reaches up to take it. You know something of the three gods of the Z. The gods of the Z, stone's attention hasn't changed because it's already higher than 0. I lost 5 terror, and it's now 17. And that's 2. I don't want to deal with 2. In fact, we're turning back to London now so that I can get repairs. Whoa, whoa, there's so many crabs. There's so many crabs. Oh, it's all going wrong. The little ones are the same speed as I am. They cannot catch up. They can try, but they can't. That's a lot of crabs down there. Perhaps I should choose a different direction. Man, this is gonna cost me so much. Collect messages? Okay, fine. I didn't actually really get anything, though. I didn't even get a new port report. Alright, so we have the Carnelian Exile. Captain, I know the way, let me show you. A first officer who increases mirrors and pages. First officer, isn't that... Yeah, that's the navigator. And 50. Ugh, the tireless mechanic. Afternoon, ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children. Too busy. Usually busy. Another 50 echo. I don't want to increase my crew. No, no, back to London. Repairs! I'm gonna try trading a favor for fuel again. It's not the best chance, but Success, eventually. The good, free fuel. The bad, a half-hour argument with the quartermaster who insists that your chitties have not been stamped by the Office of Incongruous Requests. Eventually, she grudgingly permits you to load your fuel cart. I got 2 fuel for a favor. Better than nothing. Okay. I could spend 3 supplies on the chance of the Ratus Faber. Which would be basically 60 versus 75. Yeah. We're gonna try the rats again. Go, Ratus Faber, go! An unfortunate turn of events. Rats sweep over your ship like tide. Day and night their tiny tools click. Your crew scrap over them cautiously. Unfortunately, some complex rat vendetta is at play here. Warring rat families decide to use your ship as a battleground. They're quite well behaved about it and the damage is minimal, but an unfortunate passing sailor gets a rat bullet through the eye and drowns in the Thames. You protest, but the contract is clear. There is an exception for ocular perturbations. I full hull, lost 5 supplies, lost 1 crew, gained 10 terror. I am now nervous. Which is bad. Okay, well, my trips are now decided. I'm actually not unhappy about losing that crew member. That was 1 more than I really needed. I had an extra, so this is not a terrible thing. Exactly. Well, let's pull this up, and the death count goes to 2. It's a living, or something. 5 supplies. Ay, ay, ay. I cannot afford to replace a lot of those supplies. Maybe I'll get lucky with the news. Nope. Nope, the news has not come back again. Okay. Food, give me food, all the food. Oh, I'm poor. If anything bad happens, I'm doomed. Okay. We're going on a voyage of terror reduction. Which means we're taking the news up to the sisters. Or I shall dine with the middle daughter. It appears that this life has Stone's attention, which is not the worst thing. I mean, Salt was very hands-off, as I remember. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 undersea islands. A grand house rises on the rock, a silhouette empty of lights. The uncut grass on the lawns bends, rises, bends again in the breeze. You smell damp stone, and faintly, blood. Oh no! Go up to the house, crunch across the gravel, up to the door. The brass of the door knocker is tarnished. The paint is beginning to peel in the salt sea air. No one answers, but the door is unlocked. This is a modest challenge with a 62% chance of success. I'm gonna try it! Words in darkness. The hall is dark. The parlor, too. There are signs of disturbance here and there. A smashed cup, an overturned piano stool, scratches on the walls. You bend to pick up a page of paper and hold it to the light. It's an unfinished poem. You think the handwriting may be Phoebe's. The absent moon, the gnawing hunger in the heart, the well, the sea, a great many crossings out. Sounds like poetry in progress. There are sounds from downstairs, from the kitchen. You push open the door cautiously. Something clings to the ceiling. Something turns yellow eyes to you and hisses. That's a success. Gained a terror. Gained 10 fragments. Something somewhere has changed. Like right here. Something right here has changed. Okay, so we have now the thing in the kitchen. The yellow-eyed maid clings to the ceiling like a lizard, fierce and... Yeah, let's deal with the thing in the kitchen since we're already there. Yellow-eyed maid clings to the ceiling like a lizard, fierce and wiry in her ragged uniform. She hisses furiously. When you advance a step, she scurries away to the far end of the room, still on the ceiling, weeping. Catch her with a net. She's dangerous, and somehow you suspect you may not have much time. This is a tough challenge with a 40% chance of success. Or coax her down. Whoever and whatever she is, she's suffering. This is also a tough challenge with a 37% chance of success. Because my heart... Let's go to the silent house. The house seems empty. All is still. Why then do you have the sense that there's not much time remaining? Search the house. Discover what you can about what happened here. This is a tough challenge with a 37% chance of success. Or loot the house. Musical instruments, curios, jewelry. Even Phoebe's paintings will sell. It's robbery, not salvage, but if you don't, someone else may. This is rough. I can increase my hearts, but not enough to even give me a 50% chance, not with the number of secrets that I have. If I increase it to 38, what does that do to this? It gives me exactly 38. Sorry, Ferret, you still aren't good. I'm gonna try to catch her with a net, I suppose. It's got the slightly better chance. Here goes. Yeah, that's a failure. She runs round the ceiling like a squirrel, drops to hiss and claw at one of your sailors, retreats into the scullery, slithers through the window there, and returns through the chimney, black with soot. You glare at each other, panting. Huh. Like this is even worse. Alright, loot it. One too few. The crew spread out to spread out whatever they can. They're not happy. Few of them signed on to be robbers. They return with their arms full of both junk and treasures. The sisters have, or had, an awful lot of junk. You count heads and find you're one man short. The others shift and mutter. The sea sows outside. Lost another crew. I'm gonna count them as dead. So, off to the counter again. That's 2 crew who have vanished under mysterious circumstances. Not my best track record. Gained 5 more terror, but have 3 outlandish artifacts, a watchful curio, and explored. I'm gonna try again. Haha! Hold down. It's like trying to get a jaguar out of a tree. 3 of your crew are badly bitten, but at last you restrain her, and she lies on the table, glaring and growling. What now? You try to question her. Those poor sailors, she spits. You realize that in all the time you spent at Hunter's Keep, she has never spoken. The poor sailors! I didn't come here for this. Damn them to the well. With a serpentine wiggle, she's free of the net. She returns to the ceiling in one inhuman leap. The house at Hunter's Keep is aflame. I have 5 more terror. I've gotten 50 more fragments. Later, you are certain that the fire began in the turret behind the house, but it spreads quickly. Sailors tumble choking from the door as the smoke billows out. The yellow-eyed maid leaps from a window and streaks across the lawn on all 4s. Watch. It's all you can do. The death of Hunter's Keep. Flames lick about the gables. The spine of the house breaks with a roar as the roof falls in. Sparks fly up towards the false stars so far above. The death of the house takes hours, but it is total. Only a cindered shell remains. The house on Hunter's Keep is a blackened shell. I've gained another terror. I'm definitely nervous now. A memory of distant shores. I have a port report of the keep's end. And an occurring, your acquaintance Phoebe's fate quality is now lost in a fire. Hunter's Keep in ruin. The lawns are weedy meadows walked by the wind. Pick over the ruins of the great house. Fungus and cavern vines are already reclaiming the masonry. Peace in the ruins. No one has come to reclaim Hunter's Keep, despite its proximity to London. The place has an eerie reputation. It's difficult to see why today. The place is as peaceful as a folly in a park. The air is still. Far across the water, the lights of London glow. Lost 5 terror. The house is a blackened shell. Gained another memory of distant shores, and another outlandish artifact. Oh boy. Okay, the question now. The original plan was to stop at the keep and then go over to Abbey Rock. Do I still do that despite my nerves? Yes. Yes, I do. I'm going there for my nerves. Please stop touching me. Seriously, stop touching me. I don't want to be touched. Alright. Alright, here we are at Abbey Rock. The sisters need provisions for the Feast of St. Neot. Something fresh they are prepared to pay with Scintillac. Trade a strange catch for a consignment of Scintillac. Ensure you have space in your hold. Huh. Okay, well, let's compile a port report. And let's offer them a gift of a hunting trophy. The Sisterhood respects two things: unswerving decades of fidelity to a wholly secret purpose, and the ability to shoot straight. Perhaps you can demonstrate the second. A narrow hospitality. The muscular prioress inspects your trophy. I'll put it with the others, she says. Her tone suggests grudging respect. You and no more than 3 sailors are invited to dine with them that evening. And you do, on black laver bread and overcooked cavern trout among fierce women with spiked rosaries. One of them hacks up her trout with an axe. But at the end of the evening, when the plates are cleared away, the room grows quiet. A tall nun with a startling strabimus sings in a rich, deep voice like a soul in sunset about the hills of her homeland far above. Firelight flickers on the faces of your crew. Lost a hunting trophy. Hunger quality is gone. Lost 10 terror. Gained a memory of distant shores. And I'm still garnering Stone's attention. This is a Stone lifetime for however long it lasts. Alright. Give them news. Lost 2 terror. I'm still nervous, but I'm a lot less nervous than I was before. Watch the convent. Still worth fragments, even though they do the same thing every time. Okay. Did I have something for Venderbite? I don't know. I might as well go to Venderbite. It's a pretty easy go from here, assuming I don't run into bats. As I don't really want to end the stream unless or until I'm back in London. So, admittedly, this is extending the stream, but okay, as long as the Gillyfure does not notice me. Or the crab, for that matter. How is it tracking me through the fog? Well, I did have my light on, but Welcome to the Tomb Colony. Alright, so now I have the option to visit a certain little restaurant, which is hilarious because I have its chef as part of my crew already. But first... gossip. You know what, I'm gonna explore. An attack! You round a darkened corner and start down a broad boulevard lined with grimacing statues. There's a fluttering movement above, and a cloud of frost mouths swoop down on you. You beat them off with your walking stick. They are determined, and the largest are the size of Z-bats, but they are fragile. At last they retreat, leaving 3 of their number melting into water on the pavement. Their wings are marked with patterns that resemble letters. You peer at them, but the script is already dissolving. Oh great, more terror, just what I needed. Fragments, and that's it. I can still visit that certain little restaurant, so why not? Fine cuisine and vendor bite? Now that would be something. A corkscrewed street. At the twisty tip of an odd little side street, welcoming yellow light glows from the gilt-lettered windows of a restaurant. A sign reads, Vengeance of Jonah. A beefy tomb colonist bustles up. A grey mustache pokes impertinently out from under his bandages. Come in, come in! I lost a terror. And I've met my chef's twin. It's a cramped little place, but much better lit than most places in the tomb colonies. The scents of the dishes are multitudinous and extraordinary. Are they good? They might be. They might be good. It's difficult to tell. Okay, so there's Sample Today's Special, which is locked because I have no money. The food here is exceptional. You need not fear poisoning or boredom. Definitely not boredom. This is usually a more effective way of reducing terror than in purchasing a dusty glass of wine, and will also reduce hunger. It's a matter of luck. I would have a fairly good chance if I had the money, which I don't. Or offer a strange catch. The Vengeance of Jonah is liberal in its approach to edibility. They will pay a small fee and return some of the material to you as supplies. This also has it has exactly a 50-50 chance. But I don't have a strange catch, so I found the restaurant. It's not going to be very useful to me because I am poor like the church mouse. Alright. Let's get this stuff back to London. Where hopefully I will be less poor like the church mouse. I mean, I'm glad I can still go out to the sisters. As apparently that's this life's deity of choice anyway. But man, I do really wish that I had found better money-making opportunities. We return to London. Where I'm going to proceed to sell as much as I can. Yeah, here we come, here we come. Alright, collect messages. Something has changed. Someone wants to sign on. The rose market hasn't changed, more's the pity. Gonna check it anyway. Let's see. Live specimens and long boxes. Alright, let's submit some port reports. Benderbite. 10 whole echo and a fuel. Abbey Rock, 20 echo and a fuel. Alright, about Hunter's Keep. Open shock. This is ghastly news. The poor girls. We had warned them they weren't safe, but it had been so long. I thought, well, it's done. Thank you. I will have to look into the matter of a supply post. Okay, 20 echoes. And, gained a fuel. Will you buy anything from me? No, nope. Okay, alarming scholar, please come through for me. Hallelujah. They will buy things. Watchful curio. Pitiable little thing. Inhaling deeply. It smells of the elder continent, of wind, of light, of stone, of things without faces. Thank you. Alright, that's 20 echo, and I lost a curio. Oh, this is so cheap. How about a memory of distant shores? 10 echoes. Gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep one just in case, but all the others... You know what, I'm gonna sell them all my Z stories. And all of my lamentable relics too. Oh Lord, I need money. Oh, here we go. Outlandish artifacts are 100. Take them all. I need the money. Well, that's everything but the one memory of distant shores that I'm hanging on to just in case. Let's see if I can... Darn it. I was so hoping for another free supplies out of the Gazette, but no such luck. Still, we're up to 500 again. That should get me a few supplies for exploring purposes. I think I'm probably going to have to carouse, because nervousness is nerves. But who wants to sign on? The Carnelian Exile. Nope. Okay, Yeah, for the last thing this stream, I'm going to carouse. A marvelous night out. Lost 5 terror, lost 30 echo. It's the likely lass! Yes, hello! And lost 10 more terror. I'm back down to 16. Okay. Let's take on some supplies? Question mark? I want to sail south, although that was full of crabs last time I checked. 12 fuel does not get me much of anywhere, though. The pity is I can't get free supplies from the sisters anymore. Ah, well. Okay. I'm actually not entirely certain where I will be going. I would really like to try to find Frostfound. But I just don't know. Where are my notes? Yeah, Frostfound is always in the north, but that snowstorm out by Mount Palmerston has definitely been a problem. So I am gonna have to figure that out. Well, I will work it out. I will figure it out by next week, hopefully. This is where I am going to call it a night, though. Sitting here in the dock of London, not yet dead, nearly fully officered, not entirely poor. Keeping on, as they say. And in case you, like me, need a refresher on what the heck I've been up to in this game, you can find it on my YouTube channel. There is a playlist there, so you don't have to go digging back through a year's worth of videos to find out what the heck I've been up to. Which is probably good. I am never going to have the strange catch or the hunting trophies for the guy. Oh well. I found a bunch of new places, but none of them were actually new to me, which is interesting. But we'll see what happens next week. And speaking of which, I will be back streaming again on Monday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing City Skylines. I will be continuing to work on the city of Pepper Lake, which is for the challenge scenario, where I have to build my city up to the largest population I have ever tried to build a city to, and keep it from going bankrupt in the process. And we'll see how that goes. This upcoming Monday is a large construction and rebuilding project. I am setting up some streets that I can run public transit down the middle of. And, well, I need to finish building those streets, and hopefully I have enough money that I can do that, especially in the area where I have to tear out the street that I put in and put in a new one that will be able to have the transit running down the middle like I want. So, we'll see if I have enough money to do all these things on this upcoming Monday night. Then I will be back again on Wednesday night, starting at 7 p.m. Well, as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people together to form a room. I will be playing Among Us, or possibly Scribble It, with a bunch of my friends. Scribble It is the game that we play if we don't have enough people together to form a room for Among Us, which is a possibility. It is a Pictionary style game, and since most of us can't draw and absolutely none of us can spell, it's spectacular to watch us playing this one. And Among Us, well, we've been playing that together for quite some time, so we've started to learn each other's tells and tactics. And it makes for a very tactical sort of game. Except that we're also chaotic gremlins, so chaotic gremlins attempting tactics. It's a thing we try. We try so hard. Unless it's hide and seek, in which case it's just running and screaming in the dark. We're much better at that. And then at about 10:15, 10:30, when my friends who have day jobs turn into pumpkins, I will be switching over to playing Valheim, which I will continue until at least midnight, or whatever time I notice when I notice what time it is. And I will be running around and exploring in that one, but first I have construction projects to finish. I started rebuilding my forge so that it would look different from my workshop. And I didn't quite finish last night because I got interrupted by trolls who proceeded to smash a whole bunch of things, which means I need to increase my defenses, particularly along one wall of my base. I think I need to dig a trench, which is going to be interesting because I did not orient my base north-south, east-west, which is the easiest way to dig trenches. No, I'm slightly canted off to the side, so it's going to be a very jagged trench, but as long as it's a trench, it'll work. I just need to make sure to not get it too close to my existing walls. So cross fingers and hope on that one. We'll see how it works. But basically, especially along the bit of the wall where my forge is, if I just drop a troll a few more feet, they'll only be able to smash a rock wall, and they can't do a thing about that because it's a natural rock wall, not a built one. Ha 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 ha! So that is what I'll be up to in Valheim. And then next Thursday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall return to the Untersee, where I will definitely be continuing to explore. I need money, and that means that I need to find new ports. Lots and lots of new ports. And particularly I would really like to find Frostfound, but there's been a snowstorm up there for quite a lot of time, so I just have this fear that Frostfound is in the middle of that snowstorm. It scares me. But I'll be trying to figure that out coming up next week in Sunless Sea. So that is the upcoming week in my schedule, all of the games that I'm planning on playing, all of the things that I intend to be doing in those games as far as I can actually plan, and, you know, all of the fun that I intend to have, because, man, I have a lot of fun. Tonight was a lot of fun, and I hope that all of you had at least as much fun as I did, and I hope that you have a great night and a great weekend. Good night!